Battlefield 6 has released, and for the first time in many years, the launch went fairly smoothly. With that said, the community still has its complaints, the biggest one about progression. So today, what we're going to do is break down the best ways to get some progression done in Battlefield 6. That's ranking up, that's unlocking attachments for your weapons, and the almighty doing challenges so that you can get your class-specific gadgets, because some of the base ones aren't that great. So if that sounds good to you, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you hit the subscribe button. My name's TommyBoy601, and let's go ahead and dive on in. And we are going to present two paths for you today. One is the normal path. One is the just play the game path, and then the other one is the dark side. It's well,
is a pathway to many abilities some consider to be unnatural.
It works, and that's the important bit, and it's probably more efficient than playing the game regularly, so we'll cover that as well. So first things first, progression. I'm not going to bore you with the details of being able to read challenges and do them. I will say a lot of the challenges do seem to be bugged on and off, so if you're trying to progress towards a specific challenge, if that's like spotting people or repairing or healing individuals, things like that, those challenges have been known to basically have their progression break. My best piece of advice to you is check to see if it's working. If it's not, unfortunately, you just kind of have to wait it out until it's working again. For me, that was repairing. Repairing hasn't really worked for me for pretty much over the weekend, and then I got online last night and it was working, so I just focused on repair parties. And that's sort of the mentality you gotta have when dealing with less than optimal challenges. It's kind of a big tip. If you are trying to progress specifically your weapons, if you're trying to build up your masteries in the weapons, get the attachments that you want, and you're not getting the progress you want in Conquest, just because, you know, Conquest, you can have people spread out a lot, so you don't get a ton of kills back to back to back, or if you're just not getting what you want in Breakthrough because people are just so concentrated together, you come around a corner, you die, or it's sort of like a 50-50 split on whether you're going to be on the good team or the bad team, and whether you're just going to get stomped or whatever. May I present to you Domination King of the Hill. These are smaller maps. These are smaller maps, smaller modes, but because of that, the action is consistent. They are infantry focused, so you don't need to worry about vehicles. And most importantly, there is no respawn timer. Tickets don't matter. So for these, this is what I did during the beta to progress my weapons as fast as I could through all of the levels, was to play Domination during the beta, and in this case Domination King of the Hill. There is a challenge actively to go play those missions this week, so I would suggest hopping in there. That has been, as far as the quickest way to progress things in a totally upright, upstanding citizen sort of way. Now let's talk about the other side of the coin, what you have probably seen recommended a multiple amount of times, and that is Portal. Battlefield Portal, of course, makes its return from 2042. It allows you to set up regular and custom matches, and has the ability for you to integrate bots into the game. Now, I think some people are doing this wrong. If you look, you can go through and view the servers. There are basically two kinds of servers. Ones that only grant XP at the end of the match, and the XP granted there is only towards your overall level progression. These servers are the ones I would steer clear from. I don't see the point in doing it. Yes, they have a boosted match end completion bonus, but nothing else you do in that server counts towards missions, progression, any sort of ranking up your guns. And if you're going to be doing this, honestly, that's kind of what I would recommend you focus on. That's why you're here. to tell what kind of server you would be joining or self-hosting, I recommend you hit description on the servers that are going on within the portal that it sort of serves up to you. Here it will reveal what sort of XP you can expect to earn, whether you're going to get progression towards those challenges. My personal favorite of these has been Breakthrough Solo Bots. The server code, or the code in order to load it, is 7AUR. This is the map that I've been kind of going to in order to make my progression. And now let's talk about some of the quirks and features within these bot maps, because there are a couple of little weird ones that you are going to need to be aware of. And the first thing is you won't be able to straight stick with one weapon. For whatever reason, you basically can get one mastery level per gun in each match. So what I like to do is basically get a mastery level, then switch out to another gun. One little quirk of this, though, is that sometimes the game doesn't show you when you've gotten a new mastery level. It will only reveal itself once you have died. So you kind of just need to understand and get a vibe for, like, okay, how long do I need to play in order to get a new mastery level? Once I receive it, then kind of die, switch out weapons, and progress. This is kind of how I'm trying to rank up a whole slew of weapons at once. I look at it this way: if I played a regular game, I might get 1, 2, 3, 4 levels of mastery on one of my weapons, but now I'm getting 10 levels of mastery across 10 different weapons. Yes, I'm not advancing a single weapon as rapidly, but I am able to advance a large grouping of them so that multiple weapons have the attachments that I want. The other big bonus to these maps are their ability to progress challenges, especially challenges that you just know you're not going to be able to progress. For me, that was the second recon training path, Spec Ops, which we're going to take a little tangent over here because Battlefield really living up to its legacy of challenges that are a little oppressive in order to do and way more difficult than they should be, that pushes players away. This challenge, in order to get the Spec Ops training path, really reminded me of the FYJS back in Battlefield 4. It's the only gun I don't have unlocked in Battlefield 4 because I'm not a sniper. I enjoy playing up close. I enjoy playing engineer. I enjoy playing support, and I enjoy playing recon, but in an aggressive fashion with like a carbine, an SMG, something like that. So what you have to do in order to get the Spec Ops training path is you have to get 50 headshots at 150 meters with a sniper rifle. Don't worry, there's an even harder one down the road to unlock a sniper rifle at 200 meter headshots, and you need a ton of those. So this map does at least allow for the 150 meter headshots. For that, I'll show you where I went, and you could just stand kind of right up here, and you are able to go through and just pick up headshots one after another. It took me like 2 or 3 games because, once again, still not a sniper over here. But being able to unlock it relatively quickly was a relief to me, because for some reason, or for whatever reason, they chose to have the specialization that gives you sort of the aggressive recon playstyle hidden behind the other sort of playstyle for recon, which, I'm not a game designer, so I'm not 100% sure the idea on that one, but it is what it is. But guys, those are sort of my hints in my best practices for ranking up quickly in Battlefield 6. If you have any other tips, let me know down in the comments below, guys. And as always, if you like videos like this, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you hit the subscribe button, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. See ya.